GM, everyone. Welcome back to another GC Crypto episode. Joined by another special guest today. It's been a big week, Craig. GM to you, mate. And obviously, as you can all see here, we have Wendy, a very famous person in the crypto space.
I'm not famous. I'm just a mom, man.
Yeah, I know. And we're going to talk about that because I love the life balance. But yeah, look, we're gonna say famous. We're gonna say big.
No, don't do that. It's cringe.
It is what it is. Hey, numbers don't lie. But at the end of the day, Wendy, we really appreciate you jumping on our show today with us. So thank you for jumping on.
Of course, thank you for having me. Me and Craig, we do a little bit of shit posting here and there, so it's always fun to connect with people all the way across the world, especially fellow parents that have crotch goblins running around. Well, yeah. I could call them crotch goblins, but
yes. I was going to say Wendy's almost an honorary Australian because she's got an O at the end of her name, which we do in Australia. We put an O at the end of everything. So instead of my name being Craig, we actually make things longer. So my name, they'll call me Craigo. So it's probably the one country in the world that we lengthen names to.
No, they do that. Like a lot of Latin American countries, they do that. They have like 30 different names. And then in Italian culture too, you have like your Italian name, your birth name, or no, your Italian name is your nickname, your birth name, like a middle name, and then your church name.
Gotcha.
And then like your last name.
Yeah, Jesus, I could never be Italian then. Hard enough remembering my first name. But I wanted to say, Wendy, thank you for jumping on. It's not the best time for Wendy, so chat, make sure you say thank you and g'day, and any questions, fire them through. And very pleased to have you here. Been a long time follower, watched your journey, seen you through the years. But I was first a rookie, still am a rookie, but 21 I started watching you and all the other guys and girls in the space. So happy to have you here. And Greeny, let's get the show kicked off, my man.
Well, Wendy, for people that maybe haven't heard of you before, do you want to give us a little intro about your crypto story and then what you currently maybe do?
Yeah, so I heard about Bitcoin and crypto in like 2010, 2011. My stepson was like, "Can I use your credit card to buy Bitcoin?" Because he bought computer parts. And we said no. Well, I said no because I didn't have a credit card. And then I kept hearing about it at Libertarian Radio in like 2016. And then 2017, I finally decided to buy it because the financial system is just so crazy and predatory. And with stocks and all that, you have to have like a certain amount of capital. It wasn't built out like it was today.
Mm-hmm.
So then I found Bitcoin and crypto, and I started posting it on my private social media account. A family friend was like, "You got to get on crypto Twitter. There's all these insane people here, all these cartoon characters that are posting charts." I was like, I could do this. So I did. And then I just started a social media and just kept trying different things here and there. And opportunities just came and taught myself how to trade. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing too exciting here.
I love that. I mean, we're all self-learned, aren't we, Craig? We've been doing this for a while as well. But I love to hear it. I joined crypto in 2016, so same as you.
Nice.
Like, have been around.
Well, no, you came before me.
Well, yeah. So I've been around, but I didn't start the content side. I didn't start crypto Twitter till 23. So I'm a little bit late on that side of the party.
I mean, it takes time because back then in 2017, people didn't really want to dox. A lot of people were anonymous. I was anonymous for a time. I think it took about 6 months, and then I finally showed my face. Just because, you don't know the internet is a wonderful place, but it's also a bit scary because I feel like a lot of crime is moving over to the internet because they're making it hard to do things in person, but you don't know who you're talking to sometimes. And it's just better. It's better. Less is better, especially that's why I have my daughter, but you'll never see her face. I'll never share her face.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, I like that.
Craig? I'm the same with my son. No, I wanted to ask, so it was Bitcoin that was your first crypto purchase, wasn't it, if I heard correctly?
Bitcoin, crypto, or Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, because that's all that was listed on Coinbase at the time. Yeah. We had like maybe, all I know is that there was like 8 pages on CoinMarketCap.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a time probably a lot of listeners won't even remember nor understand.
Well, the crazy thing is now we have the Genius Act that's approved in the United States of America. And for those that are not from the US, the Genius Act is basically a green light for CBDCs, for stable coins, but stable coins are CBDCs. I won't get into that too much because it's something that drives me crazy. But back then we didn't really have access to Tether in the US. It was there, but it wasn't. And there were DEXs. What the hell was it called? I think it was IDEX or something like that. But we really didn't have access to stable coins. So when we would trade, it would be and Greeny knows, it was Bitcoin pairs or Ethereum pairs I think Litecoin pairs, Dogecoin pairs, and then it was very minimal. So it was stack sats then.
It's so wild because Litecoin was the first coin I ever bought actually in 2016 as well. And then because like it's a classic smaller number compared to Bitcoin, when didn't dive deep enough. I was literally at uni. I was at college. I was like, oh yeah, this one's cheaper than that one. I'll just go with this one. And I wish I bought more Bitcoin back then, but it is what it is today. But no, you mentioned a few points that I definitely want to talk about today, but we'll start with the mum side of it all. How do you find juggling being a crypto personality across YouTube and across Twitter and juggling that personal life? Like, is it a balance? Like, how have you sort of done that over the past like 5-10 years?
So I've got 1.1 million across Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and X, and then I've got a couple of the ones that are just kind of smaller. And it's more so it's just how I was brought up in a very strict family that you had to perform. Both parents were strict, so it's like you had to get straight A's, you had to show up every day, doesn't matter what was going on in your personal life. So I just kind of took that with me, but also too, like, I'm a little bit crazy, and I've got ADHD, so you have to, you know, I just the way that I view it is that the world's not going to stop for you. It doesn't. No one cares. No one gives a fuck about your feelings or how you're feeling that day. So it's very important to not stop because you don't want to get left behind. So I just and I actually what I've done is that my content and my business model and everything I do is built around my daughter's schedule. So that's why, like, in the morning time, I'm pretty like I'll shit post and stuff and I'll post things, but I'm getting her up. I'm doing lunch. You know, getting her situated for school, driving to school. I have to work out. I've got to prep for my show. So the mornings are hectic, but I'm normally up between like 5, working between like 5 until I go to bed. Like, I'm still checking, but it just really stuff has been built around my kids' schedule for the most part.
No, I love that. And I mean, you have to. So how do you balance all the different content creation? Because like, that's something Craig and I, or me probably specifically, but Craig, I know you have touched on this before as well, but like for me, like I create content on YouTube, I create content on Twitter mainly, but like I don't have the time to go to TikTok, go to Instagram. So do you like?
You
just have
you're
a
just
team?
not managing your time properly.
Right. I think that's the key. So how, even to me, maybe.
So this thing right here, I know this is kind of like really hard to you might not know what this is, but I'm very much into manually writing things down. I'm not using any digital devices to kind of map my day out. And I know that's super old school and a lot of people don't do it, but they've done test studies on it. And people who actually write things down, like if you actually take notes physically instead of typing into a computer, you're able to retain that information a lot better. So I've got my schedule and stuff planned out, but it's like I've got to do my stream. I've got to do a TikTok. I've got to do a short. I've got to, there's all these things that I have to do throughout the day. And so I just try to knock them out as fast as possible. And it feels very good to cross something on my list. It feels different than crossing something on my list on the computer, but that's just something that works for me.
I'm a big fan of lists. Don't get
but you need something bigger.
I know. Yeah, I do.
I agree. I find, at least with the paper as well, you can do little mind maps and little trees, and that's how I work as well. So I'm the same. I'll take notes, and I agree with you. Writing it down, remembering is a lot easier than digitally. Digitally, for some reason, just doesn't stick in my brain. I don't know why.
Maybe because we're old.
Yeah, I think so. I'm an 80s baby, so I grew up a pencil and paper and a rubber, and a calculator that could only do about 3 things. So Ninja Turtles and all that stuff. I wanted to ask, when you first entered crypto, Wendy, if you want to, as weird as that sounds, did you go straight into starting to write about it and blog about it and things like that, or did it take you a little bit of time?
I saw the cartoon characters posting charts, so I wanted to learn more about that. And then I just, Twitter's a really great tool for commenting on things. And again, I wasn't a really big social media person, but I knew I needed a change in my life. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I just didn't know what. And like everything that I kind of explore it was really hard to do. Like, you have to understand that I live in LA County, and like, politics aside, LA County California is very hard to do business in. Our taxes are super high. We have insane red tape. There's so many different policies. Like, it's not small business friendly any way, shape, or form. So I kept trying to figure all these things out, and like, it just seemed so hard. And I even I even started going, the SBA stands for Small Business Association. And like even got a mentor there to kind of understand like, how do you get funding for a business? And all, I started researching all of this stuff, and it just was it was so hard. And the guy told me, and I even knew other entrepreneurs from when I worked in healthcare, there's like, they'll never give you a business loan. And so that was really like, it was like not depressing, but it was really sad. I was like, I have this really great idea. All these other companies and people are able to get one, but as like a first time business owner, they just won't give you a loan. Like even if you have a business plan and you can show revenue and all kinds of stuff. So, I had quit my job in healthcare. I was at the company for 10 years, healthcare for 10 years. I was just like, I have to go back to school because what else am I going to do? And I was in America, we have this thing called community college, which is, it's a complete college is the way they have it set up. And for the most part, America is like, it's literally a scam. But I was like, okay, all these people, they're making $100,000 plus, they go to college. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go to college. And then also my daughter, she was still really young at that time. She was born in 2016. So she was still teeny tiny. And my job was terrible because I was driving 4 hours commute or 3 hours commute 4 times a week. So I didn't know what I was going to do, but I went back, I got my bachelor's in like business marketing or whatever. And what ended up happening is that I started getting attention on crypto Twitter because there wasn't a whole lot of girls there, which was great for me at the time. A lot of assholes, still a lot of assholes. Okay, fine, whatever. I'm an internet personality. Like I get it. Like not everybody's going to like me, but really mean people, which fine, great, fine, fantastic. Cause I've got super, super thick skin for the most part, but I wanted to learn more about crypto. So what I did was I'm going to host my own meetups because back then in 2017, the conference tickets were like, they were like $1,000, $5,000, like super crazy expensive. Like I can't afford that. Like Bitcoin is created for the people, by the people. This should be more accessible. So I started meetups, and I've done over 4 dozen all over LA County, Chicago, New York, Canada, a couple other places, small ones. But that's where the YouTube channel started, was to live stream those or to show that content to my global audience that was on X. So that's where the YouTube channel started. And then it turned into something else.
Very cool.
Yeah, got you. And from us speaking, you were sort of reaching out or suggesting to me, which is very helpful, by the way, and you gave me the most concise list. I was like, this lady's phenomenal. There was no fluff words in there at all. But basically, you gave me a rundown of sort of your daily procedure, or perhaps what I should do rather. And a lot of it was, and you were mentioning focusing on Facebook and what was the other one you said?
Facebook and Instagram. So this is the thing. I do consulting for companies on the side, and it is like pulling fucking teeth, telling them where retail is. Let me tell you. So, and again, this is no disrespect. This is not meant to be disrespectful or rude to anybody. Crypto Twitter is a cesspool of, it's a bubble. Okay. All the liquidity is on, for the most part, a lot of the liquidity is on crypto Twitter. Not a bad thing. Everybody wants to do whatever they got to do. Okay, fine, fantastic. If you want to get retail, if you want to get people that are crypto curious, you need to move outside. You need to market to the other platforms, whether you're using a creator, whether you're utilizing the ads, whatever. But you're going to have to branch out there because that's where retail is. We have retail on crypto Twitter, but it's not. Yeah. It's a completely different market segment. That's why I'm on every single platform, because every single platform has a different marketing segment. So what I do, one of my tricks is to creating so much content is, and I live on TikTok. Part of the reason why I live on TikTok is because I create a lot over there. And the reason why is it's super easy to make video content. X isn't built out that way. So what I'll do is I wake up, I kind of view the news. I kind of know what I want to do. Sometimes I make pre-recorded content and like put it in my drafts because, when I have extra downtime, I'm busy. But what I'll do is I'll like go through the news and be like, okay, what do I think is going to perform well for different audiences? And so I create something on TikTok. Sometimes I post it, sometimes I don't, but because TikTok has the best UI UX for editing. It's TikTok and then CapCut. And you could do all of this from your mobile phone. So then what I do is then I'll create something on TikTok and I'll figure out which platform I want to post it, or if I want to post it on all platforms, and then put it on TikTok, and then it goes to Instagram. If you have a Facebook, you can create a Facebook business account. If you have a regular Facebook profile under your business, or your brand or whatever it is. And then when you post on Instagram, you can automatically share it there. And there's like I was showing a couple companies my analytics this week. And I just go to my Facebook page and I'm like, this is just Facebook. There's 38,000 followers there. We're averaging about 3.5 million views in 28 days, which is absurd. And on Instagram, and these are views. These are not impressions. These are views. And then I should go, then Instagram is like 95,000 and we've got like 3 million views there. And it's just, some videos get 50, 60,000. That's way more than YouTube. And it's just absolutely crazy. And I also told you, nobody wants to see clips from interviews, and it's not in a mean way. It's very, the ones that go viral, they have to be, it's got to be something controversial. It has to be something that's like Trump being a crazy person, something like that. But nobody wants to see a lot of these interview clips. They don't like that. They want to see, right now, we're so used to AI and this overproduced content. My audience likes to see me like this, like a crazy person in the morning with my hair, whatever, in a big t-shirt, or in the car, or eating or doing something and talking to them about a specific thing. But it's like you want to FaceTime with somebody. Like,
very
that's
natural.
what they want to see. That's what they want to see.
Natural, curated, natural, I suppose. And do you find quite short format as well is best?
My God, nobody watches long form content anymore. Nobody does. So what happens is like, because I look at all the analytics, the average watch time for a YouTube video is like 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, when I do interviews and stuff, I tell people let's as short as possible, because they're only going to watch the very, very beginning. And a lot of companies, a lot of brands, they don't understand that, or just people like other content creators. And I'm trying to regurgitate that. Like if you're somebody like Leo Skeppy or Joe Rogan, and I love Leo Skeppy, by the way, I wish he was my lavender husband. But unless you're somebody that's already made it, nobody's going to sit and watch 30 minutes of you talking.
No, they're not going to give you the time, are they? They're too busy. I get it. We're all too busy as it is to go.
Yeah, so short form content, cool, great, fine, fantastic. It works so much better, so much better. You're going to get a lot of more brand awareness, clicks, everything. But people want the short form content. They'll watch the long stuff, but you gotta give them something that. What are you offering to them to incentivize them to watch it? Why should they take, like Craig said, very busy people, why should they take 20 minutes out of their day to listen to you?
Yeah, very good point. And that's something I think a lot of content creators on X need to look at, including ourselves, Greeny. We're not there in any shape or form.
You can, and I tell people, because I'm if just as long as somebody's nice to me and they're not a dickhead to me, I always will get in DMs and talk to people, and give, and hang out and stuff, just as long as it doesn't take time from my kid. But just get a TikTok account, whether you like that platform or not, and just practice talking into it. And you don't have to post the drafts, but watch watch a bunch of other content creators and see what they're doing and see what's working for them, and then take what you like and leave the rest.
And you're just, sorry, Greeny, before you go, I'm just really interested. This is really selfish questioning on my part.
No, this is right up there with me.
And you're creating your videos in TikTok to then put other places rather than using Premiere or something. Yeah, got ya.
Yeah, it's
great.
I tried it before too. Yeah. It's fantastic. And I use
CapCut since you recommended it, Wendy, which has been really good, by the way. So thank you for that recommendation. I paid for it, got the paid one. It's so good.
It's so good, and it's got a teleprompter too. I don't know if you found that one, and it's got filters, so I don't have to because everybody's always gets mad of girls because you wear too much makeup, you don't wear too much makeup.
Oh, you can't win, right?
But it's got so many tools on it, and I used to use Adobe. I used to use all these things on my desktop and travel with this big old laptop. Yeah. But now I just travel with a couple of cell phones and go. And this really cheap. What is this? The stand.
Yeah, I like that. Literally, that's what I did. I traveled all last year, and that's what I had. Literally a stand and my phone, so it worked.
Yeah. I like your microphone. It's super cool, though. I love
thank you. Yeah, it's on brand, isn't it? I had a look at my YouTube ad analytics, and it says average view duration for all the videos over the past year is 228. So that's fascinating, isn't it? It's fascinating.
Told you.
Yeah.
Shorter content to better. If you're going to do dedicated content on YouTube, you need to focus on, you can do a culmination of shorts and short form content, but they let the 3 minute mark with the YouTube 3 to 5 minutes is the key there. That's what they love. But the YouTube is the hardest platform to break, and their algorithm is very, very complex. So if you're going to do YouTube, you really, 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 really need to be consistent with it 7 days a week. Yeah. And you need to follow through with the algorithm. Even if it's like a crappy content piece, you still have to put it out because the algorithm doesn't care. It's the hardest. It's the hardest platform.
100%. Like I'm a 29K followers or subscribers, and it's like because I went viral with the Memecoin stuff for a long time.
Good for you. Congrats. It's awesome.
Yeah, and then I've created shorts for a long time, but what's struggled lately is I've struggled for ideas around video content in the long form, so between that 5 to 10 minute space, and so that has dramatically dropped the channel's sort of views.
You don't need. Why are you doing 10-minute content? Unless it's a live stream, it shouldn't be 10 minutes.
I do tutorials on like a trading, whatever it is, right? And that's what I do. So I need, like, would you suggest I should shorten that down from a perspective? And
it depends what you're doing. Like, it really depends what type of tutorials. Also, too, people like real life experience. They love that.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're, let's say, for example, you're talking about Bollinger Bands, like people would love if you literally, it's just raw. You get your phone, you're like, hey guys, I just entered into this trade using Bollinger Bands. This is what I'm looking for. Like, this is what it is here. This is what it is there. And it just, don't even do the green screen. Literally just get your phone, pause it, and then record your desktop so that they can see like how raw that is. People like that stuff a lot better because it's not AI generated. It's not fake. But like, just sometimes just put stuff out there that just feels like you're FaceTiming with your buddy.
Yeah, no, I like that. And I suppose that's that to my follow-up question. To someone that wants to maybe start out today, so someone that doesn't have already a bit of a social status like Craig and I, what would you suggest for that person in this crypto industry?
Keep posting. Just keep posting and networking. You can be as smart as you want, but if you don't have a good network, you're not going to do well. Network is super, super important. Be nice to people. Don't be an asshole to people. It's okay to shit post and have a little bit of fun, but people don't forget stuff. And you also never know what somebody's going through in their personal life. Sorry, I have to burp because this is the carbonated water.
You're right.
But you never know what somebody's going through in their personal life. So just be cautious how you talk to people. And don't, just because somebody's like, oh, this person's a scammer, they're a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. Do your own due diligence on people.
Of course.
Because everybody has, it's like the network effect is a beautiful thing. Like, for example, you throw a rock in water and you get this ripple effect. It's the same thing with networking. And somebody might see something that you might be struggling or like, hey, I need this contact or blah, 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 blah. And they might see it. Somebody that you never thought ever, and they might reach out to you and they might connect you and it might change your life. I've had that happen with people that I know within my network. Like it's been wonderful seeing people like get jobs or do whatever. So networking is important and just start. Like people are always like, well, you know, they're making excuses. Don't make excuses. Just do it. The world's not going to stop for you.
Yeah, totally agree. Take risks, put yourself out there. I wanted to ask, when you went from being undoxed to doxed, what was the response? How did you find that? And was that quite scary to do the judgment? Obviously, people online are brutal, right? Like,
well, this is the thing. Back then, it was different. Like now, it's okay for girls to be a part of crypto Twitter. There was girls back then, but a lot of them stayed anonymous. I mean, it was kind of fine, but it's like as a woman, you get people comment about your looks and all kinds of stuff, and that's fine. People are, it's people. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. You know, like not everybody is attractive to everybody, whatever. But it's like that was probably the hardest part, is hearing people say mean things about my appearance. But at the end of the day, it's not like I'm gonna fuck them anyways. There's not like they're my type anyways. So. You know, I've got a very specific type. So, you know, and it's
Michael Saylor, Wendy. Is Michael Saylor your type?
No, I like bad boys, like really bad boys. Like they got to be really masculine and just bad and mean because it's fun. But they're also the nice ones too. But it just, you know, that was the hardest part. But other than that, you know, I'm so happy that there's a lot. And again, I hate to make it like a gender thing, but that's really what it is.
I agree.
That's what it is.
I hate even asking you the question sometimes, but I think sometimes it's good to ask it for the other ladies in the room, because I do know a few girls that I've even encouraged to come on streams with Greeny and I to chat, talk about trading or whatever they want to talk about, to be honest, artists and things. And a lot of them are really scared to get on camera.
Well, you know what? I would just tell them, expect that reaction. Just tell them that they can keep an avatar on in front of them so they don't have to dox. Because I understand that too. And also the thing that we're seeing a lot happen with crypto is that people are getting robbed and all kinds of stuff. And privacy is super important to me. Thank God I'm very protected and where I am. And I'm, you know, me and my kid were super, super protective. But I understand that they're kind of nervous about that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, there are events now where people are hiring security. I'm sure that's been going on for a while, but you're seeing it more and more with just...
Yeah, people do that. I don't know. I don't know if I mean, I would hire, I've thought about hiring security, but like, I just bring somebody mean with me.
Yeah, just a friend, a mean friend. Yeah, yeah. Just someone who rides a Harley would do probably.
No, I've got really mean friends. So they sometimes they come and people don't know that they're there, they're watching, but they're not very nice people sometimes. But it is
Yeah.
what it is. It's fun.
I remember, I think it was back in 21 when I came across your content, and just something you said sort of reminded me of that. Were you doing live meetup events back in 21, 22?
Yep. The last one I did, I think, was last year. And the only reason why I stopped is there's a lot of traffic in LA County, and I did it. There was like a period of a year or 2 years where I was doing them, I think, bi-weekly or monthly or something like that. And you guys have to remember, I got a young kid, and it's just a lot. Plus, with all the content I do, it's just too much. So I got to protect my peace a little bit. But like, if a company wants to reach out, if a company is watching this and you want to reach out the way I run my meetups, I don't charge you for me hosting them. I will charge you to book the spot and buy food and drinks for the guest.
Mhm.
And if you'd like to do that, happy to chat with you about it. But I've never charged somebody to host an event. I think or maybe I'll just, to be fair, 95% of my events, over 4 dozen, they've just been to cover food and drink for the guest, that type of stuff.
Yeah, funny enough, you mentioned prices and that. When I posted, we were going to be chatting to you, I had someone reach out to me and say, "Oh, great, you've got Wendy O on the show." And I was like, yeah, great. And they're like, "Oh, what did she charge you to jump on?"
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they wanted to know what your price was.
Wild.
I charge people to come on my show.
Yeah, yeah. And
like
I said,
companies.
Oh, no,
so I have never in my life charged another creator. I know other creators who have, which I won't say who they are. I have never in my life charged another creator to come on the show. I think it's tacky. I think it's rude. There was a time period where the crypto YouTubers were all super united and everybody would support each other. I will never charge you if you ask me to come on. I might decline depending on my schedule or whatever it is, but I've never charged anybody to go on their show. I think that's terrible. I think it's horrible to do. However, I have charged people for if they want to come on my show, companies, not people. There was also a time for about a year or two where I would do a Friday live stream, like a roundtable, and we would just cover the news. And there's like 4 or 5 of us. And I've had probably over 100 different creators on, or not more, but I stopped doing those because people stopped RSVPing and it just became a big headache, and I don't have time for it. If people want to be mature adults one day, maybe I'll do it. But again, any time I spend away from my daughter is important to me, because I want to give her all the attention she needs.
Yeah, she's what, 2016?
Yeah, so she's 8. She'll be 9 in August. Super excited.
My son's the same. My son's September. So
September?
Yeah, September 6th. So also same age as you. Great age, such a cool age. And definitely understand, like my son sits with me, he'll look at charts, he understands Bitcoin. I'm teaching him all that stuff.
Good.
Understands government, and you know the drill that I run him through. And just to make sure he's safe when he grows older, because obviously we saw through COVID and that what they thought about us. Maybe I shouldn't even say that word on YouTube. I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta say panorama.
Yeah, the panorama. So it's great, and it's also, I appreciate what you're saying about time, because it's made the time I'm away from him, I make sure it has to equal an outcome or have an outcome in mind, rather than just mindless scrolling on social media, which a lot of people would do. I try and cut that out. So that's where kids have been great for me.
So me and my daughter, so she watches YouTube Kids, but she watches it on the TV so I can hear what it is.
Yeah, and see what it is.
She is allowed to play certain games, and that's because there's a network of kids, and the moms are all in contact, so we know what's going on with our kids.
Yeah.
And we can hear, but I do let her watch TikToks at night with me. We call them Ticks, and we kind of hang out in bed together and we scroll. And a lot of people don't realize that there's a section on TikTok that is a STEM section. So every 5 brain rot videos she watches, she's got to watch a STEM one.
Okay. Yeah. And that's an educational type video?
Yes, STEM is it's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, but they have a section specifically for that, so she's got to watch one of those if she's going to do the brain rot.
Yeah, so a little bit of brain rot and then a little bit of education, if you will.
Yeah, you can't be too. My mom was so hard on me growing up because I was the oldest, and then I went berserk at I started going berserk at 13 to 21. So we have rules in the house too. Like my daughter, when she's home, she can cuss. She's allowed to say the F word and all kinds of stuff, because I don't want her to do it in public. And I want home to be a safe space where she feels comfortable enough. Now, obviously not to be an animal or disrespect me, but to have the safe space. And I know safe space sounds kind of ridiculous, but
I know what you mean.
I want her to have this place where she can be herself and she can let loose. Because sometimes when you bottle up all these emotions, I've seen people out like lose their minds.
Me too. Yeah, I was a lot like you as a younger person. If you didn't give me a good reason about the why, I'd ask a lot of whys, a lot of, why is it like that? Why do I have to do that? And if the reason back to me wasn't good enough, I'd do it because the why wasn't good enough.
Right. And that's why I like to have open conversation with her, because like when I tell her no, I explain. Her dad's really good at that too. But we call him details because he doesn't shut up. It's like, it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
So, but we always tell her like, no, you can't do this. And this is why. Or if she gets in trouble for something, this is why you're in trouble. Or if it's something that's repeated, hey, I've told you that you can't do this. The reason why you can't do this is because X, Y, and Z. And she knows that mommy and daddy's number one job is to keep her healthy and safe. And that's why she can't do certain things. So I think it's important to have open dialect with your kids and explain to them why this is not good. Because if you just say no, well, of course, obviously there's sometimes when I get pissed, I'm just like, no, but for the most part, yeah.
No, I agree. Greeny, you shoot, brother.
I think it's an interesting, I think the big shift in parenting has been observed since technology has evolved, obviously, over the past 20 years. Like, I'm a 90s baby, so I was on the fringe of both. So I had tech when I was a kid, or coming out of high school, and then I didn't have tech as I was a younger kid. So it's a nice special privilege to have both. I want to pivot to a few things. The first one is, what do you think comes in the future of crypto in terms of regulation and stuff? Now, obviously, we've pretty much got probably one of the most, you could loosely say, bullish governments in history, right? Where they are accepting bills, they're talking about stable coins, they're obviously the SECs off the back of XRP, et cetera, et cetera. So I'd love to get it from your insight, because you probably talk to like people that we don't even think about or see on the timeline. So it'd be great to get your insight into that side of the crypto.
So it's a double-edged sword for me. I'm not like anti-government. I'm not one of those crazy people that's like, we need to defund the police, because police and the first responders and stuff, they provide a very important service. However, I don't like being told what to do. I don't like overreach. I love my Second Amendment right, and I will protect myself with my Second Amendment right and my kid. So that's kind of where I basically stand in the middle. I'm like, you know what? Live your best life ever, but don't mess with anybody, especially the babies. The kids are the most important ones to me. Like if I see somebody, and that's why I don't like the people that use the AI, the baby AIs, to be like, I feel like I don't feel like it's going to end well. So whatever. But this is the thing. There's always going to be someone that's smarter, more attractive, better, richer, whatever than you. And a lot of these people, they're in government and they're in higher power. Or higher positions. Great, fine, fantastic. When we're talking about the government, you are not going to, and you might be able to compete with these people that are better than you, but the government is a complete step above, So they make all the rules for everything. You are not going to be, yeah, you can run for office. Yes, you can try to make change. And I love that. I think it's wonderful. But at the end of the day, you are going to have to learn this term called this thing that's very hard for people to do, especially people that don't have social skills: compromise. You have to compromise with these people, because you think that you think the banks were going to let crypto walk in and say, you know what, everything's pivoting to crypto. No, that impacts their bottom line.
Exactly.
Okay. So people are pissed off about this and what Trump is doing and all these different things. I'm like, you know what? That was the best possible outcome for us, because if it was the other person, we would have had crypto would be banned. And that's based off of their past action. And people can argue with me all day they want, but I'm somebody that I'm somebody with a pretty decent amount of street smarts. I like to watch people and I like to focus on their actions. So we might not be getting exactly what we want, but that's also part of the people in America's fault, retail investors, because power is in numbers. And a lot of people have become very, very complacent and forget that they can write to their city councilman and their state councilman and their county like all of those different things, and they choose not to. So it's a necessary evil involving government. But at the end of the day, this is people's time to remember the very ground roots of Bitcoin and why Bitcoin was created, and to continue to critical think, to continue to fact check, and to continue to really think for themselves and push for better, because right now is the time. And I know there's a lot of different caveats, like the Genius Act. I hate it. I think it's terrible, but it's a necessary evil to push this industry forward so we can all continue to make money. What's happening with Roman Storm right now and Samurai Wallet guys. Samurai Wallet guys were absolutely amazing, but the fact that they're still getting persecuted for creating code and somebody decided to do a bad thing with it, that's absolute ridiculousness. I don't like that, and it sets a very dangerous precedent. But at the same time, there's not enough people in the crypto industry that are making noise about it. And I'm looking at some of these big exchange founders that have just kind of sat on the sidelines and done their grifting. And I have a saying on my channel, it's grift as ethically and legally as possible within the constraints of the law, because everybody else is doing it. And everybody grifts in some aspect of their life. And that's not, I'm not saying to make a coin and rug it or to scam or to do whatever. I'm saying have people around you that can help guide you on the rules, follow those rules, but make money in the constraints of those rules, because everybody else is going to be doing it anyways. And why should you be leaving money on the table?
Agreed.
Yeah, no, I love that. Let's talk specifics. So BTC was obviously the big one that I know we all love and we all will love, I suppose, moving into many generations ahead. What else is on your radar / what other coins interest you? What DeFi interests you? Talking specifics.
Okay. I don't really like to drop lots of coins. And the reason why is because people get so mad.
Yeah.
Like they get it's like, it's crazy. Like I talk a lot about XRP on my channel because my audience, that's what they like. So I'm going to talk about things that they like. I say it's a banker's coin. They still get mad at me. It is what it, the whole ecosystem, it is what it is. I can't lie. I'll grift for the views and whatever. And I think that they're adding a somewhat of an important technology, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. You got to call a spade a spade. But I will say that I like the coins that are listed on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. There's a section called Made in the USA. Most of those coins, they have people that are applying for spot ETFs. Spot ETFs have been estimated to bring in about $8 billion per ETF of liquidity. So, and again, there are some coins that are not made in the USA that I think that are absolutely wonderful. I like AI, RWAs, and because RWAs is a fancy word for NFTs, which then NFTs, RWAs, tokenization, stuff. But AI, RWAs, and DeFi. So if the coin is not made in America, but it encompasses that and it makes sense to you, I think that those are the ones that people should be kind of researching on their own. Because if something's going to get made into an ETF, that means it's got government approval. Governments are not good, but at the end of the day, why are we going to say no to making more money?
Yeah, exactly. No, I love that take. I want to, and diving on that topic, I got two follow-up questions too. What's your thoughts on NFTs and what's your thoughts on meme coins? Now, I'll have follow-up questions to those broadly after. Yeah. Okay.
NFTs, wonderful, 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 wonderful idea. Just the people in the space suck. The people in the space focus so hard on the generative crap, which I don't like. I love musicians. I love artists. I love real creators. I'm not a real creator. I come up from a family. My grandpa was a jazz drummer back in the 40s and 50s. My aunt was a guitar player. My daughter's a guitar player. So many of my friends are musicians. I've dated musicians throughout my life. So I have such a love and respect for all that they do, because they end up putting all this work out and they die poor because nobody respects their work. So I thought NFTs are super cool. It's like, this is going to fix the problem with music and art, but this people in the space just abused it. And that's fine, because that's what happens. And fingers crossed that things turn around and it changes. So I do like NFTs, but I just don't think it was done properly. And I had a lot more higher hopes for music NFTs. Meme coins, I've played with meme coins before. I don't really have any issue against them. It's not something I really do too much of, because I'm not that good at it. And that's not bad. It's okay for me to look at a particular part of my investing strategy, be like, you know what? I'm only allocating like 0.5% to this or 1% of this to my portfolio, because I'm not super great in it. Let me focus on things that I'm good at. And I think a lot more people would do better in the industry if they did that, because that's called taking personal accountability and inventory. But meme coins are fine. They're cool. There are some super strong communities that I love that I think are wonderful. I love Dog. I got that with the airdrop because I got the rune stones. I love the Apu community because they show up and they flirt with me and they're just cuckoo over there. And again, I'm not telling you, that's not financial advice for you guys to buy anything. So
community's going to flirt with Wendy to get a shout out.
But they're just really sweet to me. They're nice, and you can tell that they're like most of the poo community. They're like older men. They're not like young kids, and they have like a different, like it's just different. But meme coins are cool, and the people that are printing on meme coins that are doing it ethically, shout out to you. You're awesome, because it's a lot. It's a skill that you have to learn. But they're just not my favorite. Because like if I talk about a meme coin on my show, we've talked about meme coins before, but by the time somebody else sees the content and I've entered and exited my position or taken profit or made a moon bag, then they're going to get wrecked. So I kind of try to stay away from it a little bit.
No, but I'm the same. Like ever since like I got too big, and like I'm known as a trader, and so like I need to be very careful that I'm not shilling a low cap below probably nearly 500K that often. So because that's it. Like that's me and my ethical boundaries, and going, I don't want to grift the people who follow me. I don't want to use their money to make.
I mean, you can tell them, say, hey, this is happening at X time, Y time.
Yeah.
If you get into this, I'm probably going to be out if you make it clear. But also people are just so, I don't know if people are raised in barns or whatever it is, but no one wants to take accountability for anything.
They literally
That's what I say to Greeny sometimes with when you might, I don't want to use the word call a coin or whatever, but someone, if they get a win, it's because they're smart, but if they lose, they blame you.
Yeah.
As the creator, which I found quite rough for quite a while, because you don't get too many. Not that you want thank yous per se, but it's not about that. But it's like anything in the world. You only hear the bad feedback, don't you? That's what you
and it's hard. It's really hard because like I spent a lot of time like fighting for myself in the comments, especially when I would get called out or whatever, and I'm like trying to explain to people, and people don't care. They don't want to hear it. So I've just kind of modified my content to what gets me the most views and the less hate.
Yeah, I like it.
Probably the best way to go about it, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, talk about Bitcoin, talk about XRP.
Would you say most of your bags, talking about your portfolio quick, and we won't go into too great a detail, Greeny might want to, but is it predominantly Bitcoin? Is that
It's mostly Bitcoin. I've got a lot of Ethereum that I've been holding on to since like sub $300. I've got I got my dog and like some other little meme coins and stuff, but mostly like it's going to be the larger cap stuff. And again, it's a lot of the stuff that is on the Made in the USA list for the most part, primarily because I feel that that's a bit safer bet.
Do you trade and invest, or do you do one or the other?
I started off trading for years, and then really like a couple of years ago, like last cycle, I started doing less and less trading, just because with the amount of content I do, it's a lot. And I need my sleep. I've got to be in my right mind, because you have to remember, I go live sometimes in front of like 1,000 people, and like I've had people make fun of me because I used to stutter really bad when I would do content. So I have to make sure I'm on my A game, and if I say something. So I'm doing a lot less trading just because it's easier for me to just kind of do longer term swings. But again, like sometimes I'll take a scalp here and there. It's just not what it used to be, because I did good with my content monetization, and I did get a lot of opportunity. Like TikTok has brought me so many opportunities. I've been on like almost every single mainstream media outlet. And I'm actually getting flown out to another country in 2 weeks to be on a documentary that it's a mainstream thing, which is cool. But it's like my life is like fun.
That's so cool. Only in crypto, isn't it? It's and to a lesser degree, that's sort of our sort of story, and we're sort of just getting a taste of it now, really, isn't it? And how cool. And Wendy, one of the great things I found about this space, and you spoke about it as well, is obviously with me having a son, the amount of time now I can spend with him that I never used to be able to in my prior corporate job.
Yeah.
And I didn't see him nearly as much as I wanted to. And one of the best days of my life was walking into that corporate job. I said to my wife that morning, I was like, I'm quitting. I'm done. This fucking sucks. This is killing me. And I'm out. And I just went full time into crypto in 21. And I just walked into the office and I'm done. He said, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'm fucking sure. Left there and just went full time into crypto. No idea about crypto, by the way. Knew a little bit, but That's right. And my wife was like, okay, I'll support you. Let's just go. And then just spent 16 hours a day, just like, because I'm obsessive compulsive, probably like you guys as well. If I decide, a dog with a bone, if I'm doing something, it's happening or I die. One of the two. And I don't die.
I think it's Charles Bukowski. Do you know who he is?
I know the name, but I can't remember.
He's a crazy man. We love these crazy alcoholic men. Anyways, but he's like a crazy, he might have been a heroin addict too. I don't know. But he says, find something you love and let it kill you, or something like that. Yeah.
That sounds like something an artist would almost say. What was he, a philosopher, an artist, or something like that?
Oh, he was a drunk.
Oh, is it just a drunk?
He was a drunk poet.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, the best. Yeah. Look, yeah, I don't blame him. Yeah, you go, Greeny, you shoot.
Well, I suppose to follow up with that, with the more investing mindset, which I think a lot of people could definitely probably take that feedback on. I mean, like if you're not outperforming Bitcoin, you probably shouldn't be trading, really.
Yeah, most people are not good traders. I've had terrible trades. I've been liquidating all kinds of stuff, but I really think it is finding what you're good at and honing in on that skill.
Exactly.
Not everybody's cut out to be a trader. It's very emotional. Very, very.
Yeah, you have to. I've been 9 years, and that's literally. I've talked to so many people. I've talked to thousands of people about trading, and it's literally like, yeah, you have to try and remove your emotions. My follow-up question to that is, do you have a take profit level for Ethereum, for BTC, and all those?
Yeah, $10,000 for Ethereum.
Cool.
I'm mentally ill. No, I really want. I tell people I'm a delusional Ethereum bag holder. I tell my audience all the time. I'm like, it's going to $10,000, and I might hate this later, but I do plan on. And again, those of you that are listening, not financial advice, and I might change my mind. And as Greeny knows, when you're a trader and a good trader, sometimes you change your plan depending on what the market says. So you might want to sell when it hits $10,000, but if that MFR is running still and you think you might be able to get 11 or 12.5 or whatever it is, you want to keep it going. So I am planning on that because I would like to start to invest in a lot more real estate. I don't plan on selling any of my Bitcoin. I plan on just passing it down to my daughter and using and being like all the fancy bougie people and collateralizing it and taking debt out, doing all kinds of stuff. But with my Ethereum, I'm just not as confident in it as I used to be, primarily because we have so much competition now. Like there's really nothing that can compete with Bitcoin. But
no,
Ethereum,
I agree with that. Yeah. To follow up that question, it's lost me. Hold on. With your Bitcoin, are you still DCAing into it every day, every period of time, every year, or is it a bear market that you only accumulate? Talk to us a little bit about your strategy there.
So with Bitcoin, I've been lucky enough. I've accumulated quite a bit. It's I don't really well. If I feel like buying, I will. I don't really have a strategy for it because it's just kind of something that I feel like is never a bad idea to buy. But I also too, in the United States of America, we have this beautiful thing called like taxes, like the IRS and stuff like that.
We've heard about it as well in Australia. They quite love taxes.
So, like I've got a wonderful CPA, and if anybody that's watching, and also too, he helps people overseas. What he basically does is he reconciles all of my crypto stuff, my business and my personal, and then we send it over to a CPA that's licensed in California. But what we do is we do heavily pay attention to a lot of the tax advantage strategies by creating custom Bitcoin and crypto portfolios like SEPs and IRAs. And these are all things in America that helps minimize your taxes. So for example, if my CPA is like, hey, instead of paying this $50,000 in taxes, you pay $10,000 in taxes, take the other $40,000 and you put it in an SEP in a Bitcoin one. That means that I will be able to cash that out at 65 and not have to pay. I pay less in taxes and I get to make money off of that. And those portfolios have done pretty well. And I've got a really great team that manages that for me because it's not necessarily, I mean, you could manage it yourself on platforms like iTrust or Bitcoin IRA or with Dame.io. Dame.io is who I use. I've known Brian, been working with him forever, but I just kind of like to let them manage those for me, Brian, because it's less work I have to do. And I'm saving on taxes. I'm able to hold it later. So I am consistently investing, but it's more so done to minimize my taxes, but also accumulate at the same time.
Yeah, cool. No, it's good insight. Craig?
Yeah, I had a look on your site, and I think there was Bitcoin IRA on there.
Yeah, so they're good. iTrust Capital is good, and you can actually trade those yourself if you decide. And I don't where you guys are. I don't know what they have, but SEPs, we do a lot of investing in the SEP at the end of the month because legally, if you're allowed to, and you save on taxes that way. And again, you guys, I'm not a CPA. I can't give financial advice. I just got a really dope team that handles stuff for me in that aspect. I mean, I do my own investing, but it's like sometimes you got to let people help you, man.
Yeah, of course. And I want to add to that point too. I think it's obviously very personalized, I suppose. Like here in Australia, it's very different to someone over in California, right? So you do need to make sure you understand your own regulations, your own tax requirements, and all that sort of stuff to where you are based. And
that's why I hire somebody to do it because it takes a lot of stress off.
Yeah. Cool.
And it's just better. Like let the professionals do their job.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Love it. Probably last couple of questions because I do know that you do need to bounce. So the last question I always ask people on our show is if you have any questions for us. So I'll let that sit in your brain for a couple of minutes. But before we get to that, what are you currently working on? Talk to us a little bit about what's happening in Wendy's life at the moment.
My personal life's a hot mess because it always is. But just what I'm working on, I just consistently do content, and I just want to. I like what I do. I just want to make money ethically and legally, and just give my kid the best life, like, and find peace. That's really it. Is just have a very peaceful life, be by the water and that type of stuff. Like I'm a very simple. Well, I'm a pain in the ass, but it's fun. You get to, if you're a woman, this is the thing. If you're a woman, you get to be a pain in the ass if you're a good cook, and I'm a good cook.
Brilliant.
And you cook and clean. If you can cook and clean and do a man's laundry, you could be a little difficult.
Do you know what? I agree. Sometimes old-fashioned values fucking go a long way, man. I don't know. I think my wife and I work so well as a unit like that. I promise you.
Yeah.
People that, I think sometimes, and not to get too controversial on this one, I know people get their knickers in a twist, but I think sometimes each part of that can do a different job better than the other.
Yes.
And it's not about being equal. It's just about cooperation.
Complementing each other. Like, it feels real. I think men really it doesn't matter if they're blue collar or not. They really love coming home to a home cooked meal. It's just something, I think it reminds you of like a childhood, or I don't know what it is, but it's just really nice. Like after a rough day, whether you're coming out of your office or whatever it is, it's nice to have. And the way that I love is I'm very, I forget what is it called? I do things. Like I do things for the person. Like I won't be like, oh, I love you, blah, blah, blah. But I like to do things, like do things for them. Like I'll do your laundry and cook. But I think it just really feels good as a man to come home and like dinner's made and you just get to sit and chill with the family and just like chat. And then, it's nice when the guy wants to do the dishes after, obviously, but there's like a little bit of give and take there is that. So I think it's okay if you're a little bit crazy, if you can cook and clean.
I totally agree. I know we're running short on time and we'll let you go, Wendy, but I wanted to just touch on a couple of things that I think are probably close to your heart. If you just want to run us through your crypto support charities, I know we've got the Self-Care Lab and Los Angeles House of Ruth.
Yes. So really quickly, any companies that reach out to me and ask me to promote their charity coin, the only way I do that is I ask them to make a donation to either of those two nonprofits. I never will take money for charity, a charity-based coin. But if you want to donate to House of Ruth and Self-Care Lab. So House of Ruth is a shelter. It's a domestic violence shelter for women and men and children. So let's say, for example, Craig makes his wife mad, God forbid, and she throws something at him. He's like, I gotta go. They'll take you, your son, your hamster, whatever. God forbid. This is just an example. They take it doesn't matter, but they take everybody. And I've used their services before. I know people that have used their services. They take the survivor. They take them to court. They house them. They feed them. They clothe them. They help them go through the steps to to safely remove themselves from the environment. And it's we need more places like that. And then the Self-Care Lab is my boxing gym, not mine. Miss Nita, she runs it. And it's a very, very long story, but basically it is a boxing gym that they utilize boxing for mental health for inner city kids. Because y'all have to understand, when you come from certain cultures or certain backgrounds, depression isn't a real thing. And like depression isn't a real thing, and mental illness isn't a real thing, and being sad isn't a real thing, especially for young boys. Like boys need to, one of the problems we're seeing with a lot of young men is they're not able to articulate their feelings.
Yes.
Or they're not able to, they're not able to communicate properly. So what she does is she uses boxing as a form of mental health to where they can come into the gym, they can let their emotions out, and she trains with them. She does grade checks. There's sometimes lunches, all kinds of different things. And, she trades, men and all different types of people, but it's a really great organization. It's kind of like a small version of the YMCA. And the goal is to raise between $500,000 and $1 million to buy her own building so that she can continue, because she's a family and marriage therapist, so she can continue to build out this service that she offers and provide tutoring and financial literacy and, gym equipment and those types of things. That's what she wants to do. But, unfortunately, the beautiful city of Los Angeles County is run by a bunch of scammers and terrible people. The city of Pomona is run by horrible people. Montclair, Claremont, those types of cities, they want to dump their problem children off with her, but they don't want to pay her or help her find a facility that she can afford.
Gotcha.
So I always ask if people are like, hey, can I send you this or whatever? I'm like, donate to Nita, because I know where every penny goes. I see the financials. I've been working with them for many, many years, and I know the good that she's done. Like some of our kids are very, very, very much active. Some of our kids have been shot. Some of our kids have been in situations that are not even imaginable for other people. So I support our kids, and I think that if we give a little bit of extra love to our kids, regardless of where they come from or their background, that they will, remember that kindness and hopefully be productive members of society and know that somebody cares about them.
Awesome. That's so good. That's so good.
I love that. No, well, all right. To end the show, do you have a question for us? It's always a little
Sorry, I got the burps because of this.
I've got the same problem, Wendy. I've got
It's just so good. Like, it's so good. Okay, so what sports do you guys play?
Oh, that's a good one. What sports? I don't actually play a sport really at the moment, which I should. Greeny, I know, does, so I'll let him answer soon. But now most of the sport I play would just be with my son in the backyard. So it'll be like.
What is your son like? What sports do your son do, or what are you and the wife putting him in?
Martial arts, he does. He did that yesterday, so he went to that. Took grandma with him. Umar went and watched him for the first time yesterday, so that was pretty dope. And then a game called AFL, which is an Australian game, which is basically what's that similar to, Greeny? Rugby. Rugby,
it's rugby. Rugby players are very handsome.
But it's like, these are like the athletes of rugby. They don't run as hard at people. They have it's a 360 game where they shoot.
Quite agile. Probably like basketball of rugby is weird.
Yeah, or soccer. It's like soccer, but like
contact.
Someone's yelling out cricket in the thing.
No,
cricket's a bit slow. But that would be probably what we do.
Yeah.
But Greeny, you're you're playing a bit of sport at the moment.
Yeah, no, I used to be a sport teacher, so that's where I actually came from.
What sport?
Oh, I love everything. So I mean, I used to play a lot of cricket, a lot of touch footy, played rugby back in the day, played water polo. I played everything.
Water polo.
But now I did triathlon 2 years ago. I need to get back into fitness. That's probably a big thing that I've struggled with. I traveled all last year, and that's the one thing I've sort of foregone is.
Actually, that's my sport, Wendy. Gym. That's
okay.
That works. You're a gym guy.
That works.
But I play golf. I love golf. I love it because you can go out, you can be social, you can be competitive, and it just gets you in the environment. It gets you out. It's a competitive game. You can always be better. And I think that's a really good escape for me away from crypto.
That's wonderful. Yeah, that was my question. I was actually curious. I've actually never asked anybody what kind of sports they're into, but I thought it would be a fun question since we talked about the lab, because martial arts is very, 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 very important to me. It's actually, I told you guys I'm a little bit crazy. It's been one of the only things that have helped kind of reshape my mind, like positive affirmations and stuff. But martial arts, boxing in particular, I've been boxing for a very long time, like on and off. But it's martial arts really, out of all the sports, it really makes you focus on what is right in front of you and to be able to pivot and to think fast. And it's just a really, 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 really good release for emotions. I know that sounds like
No, I totally agree. That's what the
exercise, and that high intensity where you focus on one thing. I think that's.
And I think it's good. I think sports and martial arts and that teaches you to be present. You have to be present, otherwise you're going to get punched in the face.
And be a team player, even as a boxer, even though it's a single one sport, is like you have your coaches, you have your home gym. You have to be able to coordinate with your coach.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, I don't know. It's a beautiful sport. My dad did martial arts for a very, very long time. My dad was like cuckoo. Like, I don't remember a whole lot of him because he died I was like 10 or 11, but he was super successful in finance before he got sick. And again, I did grow up poor. And my parents separated when I was like 7 years old, and things were like a hot mess, but he loved Kung Fu. That was his thing that he did. And that's kind of what ended up killing him to an extent, but he was so good at what he did. And he also used to teach, self-defense classes to girls and community college at very, very low cost, because when nobody else was doing it, this was like in the 80s, but martial arts just kind of runs in the family, and I love it. My kid is not into it, but
yeah,
she punches like a girl.
Oh, yeah, we've got to fix that, Wendy. I'm sure, I have no doubt you'll end up being quite powerful in some way.
You know what? She's such a girly girl.
Or I get that just happens, baby, because you're not so much. Although you kind of are. You're a bit of a mix. You're hard to pick, actually, Wendy.
Yeah, I
You're
just
like
she's
Phil,
my
but
daughter. She's been playing guitar since she's been born, like since she could hold a damn guitar. So like, yeah, but she loves dancing and she loves singing and she loves playing guitar and she's more of an artist, which is fine. But
yeah.
I guess I'm an artist with my with boxing because it is, you have to be very coordinated to do it. My footwork is still not up to where it needs to be. But anyways, thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it. This was fun. And those of you who are watching, make sure to subscribe to Greeny and Mr. Purse because they're actually trading, you guys. They're actually trading. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if you reached out to them and you're like, hey, can you help me with this? They would probably respond. So the way that what you want to do is you want to reach out to people that are better than you at certain things, network with them, and then support them. Likes are free. Commenting is free. Sharing is free. Help them get the check with monetization. And hey, there might, you never know what the type of relationships that's going to come out. So make sure to support them.
Thank you, Wendy. We'll clip that.
I mean, that's fantastic. I can't end the show better than that. So
and
Wendy,
vice versa, give Wendy a follow. She's almost got all the follows in crypto Twitter already.
Yeah,
so she's collecting all the cards. But
no, I've just been here long, and I've been fighting with people for like 8 years. That's why.
Yeah, you've got time in the seat. But Wendy, from me, I want to say thanks for jumping on. Great to have you on board. Followed you a long time, so it's been pretty special to have you on here.
Thank you.
Won't say anything more cringe than that, but thank you. Shout out to you, and have a good little sleep.
Bye, guys. Have a good rest of your evening. Send in love and light. I hope you all make as much money as ethically and legally as possible and give those babies what they need. Bye.
See you later.
See you, Wendy. Ciao.
That was huge. Great episode.
Great show. Great show. I was trying to flick around to see who was saying what, but it was a bit tricky too. Do you want to have a quick market cover, Greeny?
Yeah, because we are correcting here, chat. Just before we do end the show today, guys.
Bitcoin 115,000.
Yeah, I actually DC8. I just bought some then before Craig. I just pinged in GTG. I said, guys, I just bought some.
Yeah, I think that's a buy. Do you think? I don't know what your fibs are like, Greeny. Have we just broken below a fib now? Could it go lower?
No. So I've got the bottom of my range here. So this is the bottom of the range here at 115. So I actually really don't mind this level as a DCA opportunity. I still think BTC goes to way higher than this, Craig. So I really like the opportunity to buy some here. So I might buy a little bit more right now as well.
Yeah.
I was waiting, like, because the 115 dip the other night, literally this dip here, this happened in the middle of our night. So we didn't get to see it. Look at that, 2 a.m. So I didn't get to buy that dip the other day. So definitely like that we can get a re-entry here. Do we go lower? I said this last week, Craig, on the show. I preference lower. Eli asked as well earlier in the week. He said, like, oh, do we go higher? Do we go lower? Because he sent me Trader Main, and Trader Main's like, oh, I think we go higher. And I personally didn't agree with that.
I thought lower first too.
Yeah, I didn't agree with that. So
chart didn't look like it wanted higher instantly to me. It looked like it wanted to test lower, just test support, which is healthy as shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, if you zoom out, like, we've been on an absolute cook for so long. So it's like no surprise to see us a little bit of a consolidation period.
And if anything, Greeny, would you agree that if we see a healthy pullback here, would you be inclined to say we go higher for longer?
100%. And I think the longer we pull back, the healthier that is. And like historically, like I put out some tweets recently. So first couple things we've had, for the first time in history, not the first time, second time in history, we've had 5-6 month closures in a bullish positive candle. Yeah. It is a July close officially, like probably soon. 10 a.m. is usually, the
just now, isn't it?
So yeah, that officially, that is 31 months in a row of positive price action if you look at the 6-month chart, which is like in nearly uncharted history. So the end of the year, basically, Craig, we have to close above about, I think, $108,000. And that'll be the first time in history you've had 36, so 6 by 6 month candles back to back. So, I mean, I'll just show you guys just because it's a bit easier. I've got a bit of drawing on this chart, but like, as you can see here, this is the first time. Let me get rid of the fib. This is the first time that we have seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row for the first time ever. So we had 5 back here in 2015. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have the top of the cycle. So does that mean that we have the top of the cycle in this next 6 months and that we do come back down to what, about 107 to 300-ish? So That's about the level to hold, Craig. If we close this 6-month candle, so that's the end of the year of 2025, we close that above 107,300, then that would be the first time in history, which is just, it's wild to me that it is the first time in history we've had 6 by 6 month periods of no correction on the 6-month chart, when it's like when the market cap of Bitcoin is literally at its all-time heights. It's just crazy to think about it in that way, right?
Isn't it crazy to see those candles on those 6 months all come down to meet to grab liquidity?
Yeah.
Those wicks, Greeny.
Literally every time.
Look at that.
Yeah.
When you look back, it looks so easy to trade it, doesn't it? But it's when you're in the moment emotionally. I mean, looking at that chart there, you just about say, how could you lose money?
Yeah.
But you do. It's just so crazy to me that emotions make a chart like this look more complicated than it needed to be.
And I think the real thing here to take away, and people might be like, Greeny, you're buying a Bitcoin at 115K. Like, why? Like, why are you doing that, bro? And it's just like, well, look at this chart, right? I think we're over here in the next 5 to 10 years, right? If not higher, right? Like, I think we're way up here. So, like, it just makes sense. I think I still get a 2x out of this in the next 5 years, minimum at 115K. So, and I'm playing the long game. I got a DCA bot on. I will buy some when we have big correction days. And whether I swing trade that, as Wendy said before, I might aim to exit at 180K this cycle, but we might not get there. We might end up, she only played the upside. She said, oh, but if it looks like we go to 200, then you might play that. I wanted to play the downside and say, a lot of people target, say, 150K, or a lot of people target 180K. What if it only gets to 147? What if it only gets to 138? This is where
what I'm thinking typically tends to happen. And that's why I watch quite closely numbers that people throw out, especially round numbers.
Yes.
150.
Yes.
I agree with you. If the consensus is 150, I'm thinking 137.
Yeah.
136 with a big front run.
Yeah. So
I'll be out then.
I have been selling a few other meme coins on Abstract, just the shitty ones that I just like, it's like $1,000 and I'm like, I'd rather hold the ETH and then rebuy the dips of the good ones, right? Like God. So and big shout out to God for the honoraries. Actually, we should put that on.
Oh, actually, yeah, we should probably touch on that. Shout out to Nish for doing that. I didn't know it was coming. I doubt Greeny knew it was coming.
Yeah. Nearly leaked out DMs there. But here we go. So I didn't know this was coming. So big shout out to the God team for sending this our way.
Look at those guys.
It's so good. It's so good. So big shout out to them over on Abstract. But yeah, so Craig, market opportunity right now. I did buy a little DCA, obviously not financial advice, but I'm playing this range level, right? So if we have a look at this range, we are pretty much at the range. We rejected. Yeah, this is still a range. So we might be bouncing from here, chat. This could be a buy. I don't know. Is this so long? I don't know. I have to have a look. I haven't looked at the charts much today. I've been busy. I had a stream this morning as well. So, I mean, yeah, this is what I mean. Like when Trader Man and whatnot, we're like, yeah, no, I think we're going high. I'm like, I don't know. Like,
it made me edgy him saying that, bro. Even just seeing people say that, I was like, I don't know if it's just time in the saddle, Greeny, but do you find
he's been around a long time and that guy can trade. Don't get me wrong.
That's why I didn't want to fade him, but I just thought he was wrong. And what I've noticed is the longer I'm in the space, you probably will know this better than I. You've got another 3 years up your sleeve on me /4. These bigger accounts can get it wrong.
And
I joined in 21. I took their word as gospel.
Yeah.
And I had to learn quite quickly, e.g. Plan B. Was that his name, Plan B?
Yeah.
He had me convinced.
200K, wasn't it?
Well, at least 150 plus. Now we ended up hitting 69, which I find quite humorous, but I got fucking wrecked on that, dude. Like I was like one of his disciples, man. I was like, it's 150, it's baked in. Don't you? What's that? What's the chart he used? Stock to flow or something.
Stock to flow, yeah.
And that was a big lesson for me, dude. That even though accounts are big, doesn't make them right.
And no one is right 100% of the time.
Nah. And the other thing is, even if they've got a bunch of, I'm going to use a cock gobblers / glazers under there going, oh my God, you're right. Because you'd read the comments and 90% were like, yes, this is going to hit. So as a new person, you kind of get brainwashed because you see all this, and that's called a bull run, guys. Yeah. So be really careful with this.
And I don't want to say I'm right. I literally got stopped out, and people always say, "Oh, Greeny, you don't share your losses." Literally, I do. It's just we don't have many. We don't have many losses. Like Let me just show you.
Your losses aren't particularly
No,
catastrophic.
they're not. Like this was a hedge long that I had on Mog. It was breaking out, and then it came back down, stopped us out. This was during the night the other day. I lost on.
Yeah, we called that the other week.
So like I take losses, guys. Like no trader wins 100%. I'm not saying I'm right here either against PvP. I'm just saying I personally didn't think we were going to go higher because of a range of different things, but we still win. Big shout out to these scalp traders every day. But I mean, for me right now, yeah, but this is a big level, and I've been saying this for a while. I said this. I literally the 2 days or yesterday, Craig. I said these are the three most important charts right now. It's the total crypto market cap. This is a big one, right? We are coming back and retesting the previous all-time high. Okay, so if we don't bounce from here, yeah, we could be in for consolidation for a bit longer here. We could be in consolidation for until October. We don't know how long it could last. Historically, August and September are two of the bearish months of BTC. And
I think this is showing that we may go into a sideways downward crab until Q4 now.
Two scenarios. We go sideways like this, or we go sideways like this. Like that. Okay, yeah, they're probably the two scenarios.
That's kind of the one I'm looking for.
If we do something like this, I get very interested and I probably buy. I buy a big dump. If we have a big dump, I buy.
Bro, if they give us a 30, 40%, or 30%.
I don't think we get that deep.
Neither do I.
That's a 20 back to the previous all-time high of last cycle.
Yeah, so. Nah. If we do, it'll be an interesting moment for those, how am I going to word this? Emotionally buying that dip, buying a big pullback at 30%, it takes balls, eh? It's a sickening feeling when you hit buy. But in my experience, buying when you feel sick is normally a good buy, and selling when you feel sick is normally a good sell.
Can I suggest something too? Like the reason I am optimistically cautious here, I think we go higher over time, but I think we go lower or sideways first, is we are so overextended, okay? Well, this is the weekly. Right? This is a weekly, right? And then if we have a look at the monthly, it's also up the top. It's been up the top for a long time. Now we are above the pivots, which means every month that this closes, the closer we get to these pivots means the closer the top of said thing would be, and thus the reversal of the trend will occur. Now, are these religious tools that you can follow? No. These are just confluence against other sort of things like the fear and greed index, social understanding, the dollar strength, so many things that I take into consideration in my analysis. But if you look at all of these charts, they are all overextended, okay? So we need time. If you want BTC to get to 200K this cycle, chat, if you want it to get to 200K, we need time, okay? We have front run a lot this cycle, and we front run this breakout again. Everyone's like, oh my God, summer's so boring. You might as well step away. We just had one of the most bullish summers in literally crypto history, and I'm talking America summer because it's bloody winter here, and I'm sick of it.
Yeah,
anyway, that is like, historically, this is also a very bearish period of the year for BTC and crypto because people are away, or it just isn't historically a good time. So does that mean it's opportunity? Probably for the end of the year into 26, maybe if global liquidity continues to increase at a very aggressive rate. We just had no rate cuts yet. Here in Australia, I think I actually don't know. We've had a couple this year, so we are a little bit different to America. But naturally, it's still the cost of living is very high here, and it is around the world. So people don't have a lot of liquid cash like they did in 21 to just go buy, right? So these are all the sort of macroeconomic things that you need to take into consideration. The dollar back above 100, as we have it on the show right now. So this is a massive area for me. If this shows more strength, we're going to correct for a bit longer. So these are sort of things you need to look at. And if you look here, the opposite, and this is the opposite, right? The dollar has bottomed, create a double bottom off this, probably a bullish, bullish divergence. Bro, this looks good. The dollar looks good here. So we could go way higher. So dollar dominance as well. We could easily see a higher low here and move back towards sort of 546. So what's that mean for crypto? Probably not very good. It means that we either oscillate sideways or we need to just stay patient and wait till the end of the year until maybe we start to see a bit more of a bullish risk on environment again, Craig. So I think a lot of people need to be a bit more, and Wendy put it so accurately. She was such a good conversation to have there, man.
Very good. Very good. Very different to the usual sort of guest, huh?
100%. Like her perspective around about how no one takes accountability is so damn true, man. So damn true.
That's like probably my main gripe with the timeline.
Yeah. So
and my main reason to suggest to people why they won't succeed. If you can't, as a trader, Greeny, you probably had to learn this. In fact, I know you did. to be a good trader or a successful trader, you have to be so honest with yourself, and it's one of the hardest things to do. And to be introspective or retrospective, and not blame others, not blame the market, not blame an external force, not blame a ghost, but just blame yourself.
And
because you're the only one who can change anything, you might as well blame yourself and see what
you're
you can
the
do.
one clicking the buttons, and you're the one that's dealing with the emotions, right? So if you and the follow up to that is, look yourself in a mirror and say, I know I will lose money. And once you accept that, you will make more money.
Yes.
Look at the mirror. Look at the mirror, Craig. Look at the mirror.
I'm looking.
Look at the mirror.
Yeah, you will lose money.
You will lose money. If you want to win money long term, look in the mirror and say you will lose money.
There you go, guys. You heard it from the Greeny. You saw that moustache shit. It was fabulous. That was how long are we growing this, Greeny? How long?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I was kind of like, I had the goatee. She didn't even notice when she came home because the lights died. And then I was like, I had to say it. I was like, come on, man. As if you surely you saw it.
That's ridiculous.
And then she's like, no, you got to get rid of that. So I had to do it before we went for a walk, and then I keep the mow. I don't mind the mow. The mow looks sexy. It's kind of.
I don't mind it.
I'm a bit over the beard. Not gonna lie. Like I'm actually prefer because I've kind of run the beard now for a year and a half. So I'm kind of like I'm back into being professional, and I'm back into being like the mow's kind of clean. We got Movember in a couple of months time. Maybe I should do that. Actually, I should do that on Twitter now. I should do that. Do some raising.
We should do something to raise money, maybe. That might be some feel good.
Yeah, we should do that, Craig. We should talk to our new sponsor about that actually as well. That could be a good idea to do.
We should. Hey, we got a lot of viewers here, bro.
Yeah. Wendy shared it, bro. Wendy shared your profile, so bang.
Was it mine? I'm like, fuck, mine. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, bro, like, love it. Big shout out to Wendy for sharing that. So yeah, we got 2.1K watching, which is dope.
That's great, man. And especially when we're pulling back, guys, I'm proud of you for sticking around.
Yeah.
This is unreal.
Yeah. We are dumping further. So it looks like we are going to lose this daily range, which I know one of our good friends in our DMs was like, I'm frustrated with price action. I'm like, bro, it's opportunity.
I'm licking my fucking greasy lips, man. I'm about to message someone.
I want us to dump.
I'm actually currently messaged someone to buying some OTC Bitcoin as we speak, dude. I'm like, can I buy some?
OTC Bitcoin, Greg? Holy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm a fiend for it. I'm a fiend.
Yeah.
I like to skip the man.
I like the middleman. I like that. Make sure
that goes out to you, Westpac.
Please.
Westpac's right, actually. You're right.
Please clip that.
Take it back. Don't.
Someone clip that before, please, and make sure you get the mo.
Yeah, get. Hey, shout out to Breeze, who's been doing some good clips for us. Do you want to talk about that? Actually, do you want to talk about that, Greeny? What we might be doing?
Yeah. So, guys, we're going to create a little opportunity for people who want to clip us and get paid for it. Breeze obviously is probably up there with the people who have been doing it for a while. I know Levi as well has been doing it, and a few other people as well. So shout out to them. But yeah, there will be an opportunity to get paid. Craig and I are just in the process of setting that up. Now, that'll just kind of be like a testing waters for us about who's going to be consistent, who actually gets good views, or who clips in the way that we want to be clipped. But it'll be generous, and maybe from there you might be able to partner with us a longer term, and that might be an ongoing paid deal under the GC Crypto brand, mate, which is exciting. So hopefully we were going to announce our sponsor today, but I don't think we can. We'll have to still wait till next week. So maybe hopefully we can lead it with Monday next week. Just some other things in the background, okay? Because there is a process, and we want to make sure it's all sorted and equitable and everything like that. So super pumped. I'm so excited, Craig. I mean, if you've caught on a few hints around the shows and stuff, maybe you may have seen who it could be, but yeah, I'm excited. So
Greeny's been secretly teasing you guys for weeks. So
yeah, I hope you've been picking up what I've been putting down. So we'll wait and see. And then you know what? We probably can talk about the crypto event. I haven't even talked to GTG about this, but there will be a potential event coming up, Craig, as well, where we will have an IRL, our first IRL sort of show in a way. It'll be a daily show. We'll probably try and do the morning, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see if we can drive or not. We'll have to see. But yeah, we will have an IRL sort of opportunity for us, for people. I think a couple hundred people can come, but I'll post about it once we have a few more sort of streamlined answers about what's to happen.
And I think there'll even be drinks and food, Greeny.
Oh, there will be drinks and food, guys. So you don't have
to listen to me. Come and have something to eat, have a drink. We can talk. We can talk it through. We can talk the market through. But I think that'll be really cool. It's something that I spoke to you about. We sort of joked around about. I don't know when I said it to you, maybe 6 months ago. I was like, how funny would it be to do a live or show in front of an audience, and then funny enough, the universe heard it and went, well, how about soon, man? I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I guess we're doing this now. So, hey,
and you know what? I think that's probably the next leg for us, Craig, is opportunities like that, because I know there's some other creators in Australia who dominate the sort of webinar space and the IRL events. So could be cool. I mean, it's just so bloody expensive from us. That's why like we need sponsors, right? Because we want to do it, but out of pocket, you're out of pocket tens of thousands of dollars if you want to do these things. And it's just not sustainable for us, right? No. So that's why we need sponsors to come on board and to kind of help us out. So pumped about that. Do you want to
get out there, spread the good word of crypto, do it, and obviously do it with integrity.
Yeah, and Q&As as well. So hopefully we can ramp up the whole marketing and everything for everything. So we're pumped about what's excited for us in the future for GTG, for GC Crypto, and all that sort of stuff. So next week we have Spencer on the show as well. This time slot next week, Craig, we have Spencer.
Yeah, it's booked in. He did confirm it. So hopefully, I've sent him the calendar invite. He said it's good to go. So hopefully that works out. I think it will. This time next week we'll be talking to Big Spencer from Moonbirds, man. So I'm pretty pumped about that, bro. We're getting banger guests, man.
Mate, I know someone in the chat earlier said, God, you guys keep getting huge guests. Where is it?
I'm just like, I don't know what's happening, man. But
mate, it's hard work, chat. And this is what we were just talking about Wendy with. Like, it's like she's been doing it for 8 years. I've been doing it for 2.5 years, Craig. I don't know how long. You've been doing it for 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah.
Stream.
Not much longer than you, but only about 6 months longer than you.
Yeah. So 3 years.
I just saw Crypto Novo streaming again. So
is he back? Maybe we inspired him, mate.
I'm thinking the bull run's back, man. Like if you start to see those people come out of the woodwork that were big in 21 and they start, no, I'm not shading them or anything. It's just interesting to me to see people come back that were quite main characters from 21 that kind of went silent, Greeny.
Yeah.
Not throwing shade at him. I don't know what happened personally. Probably a good sign, but also a sign that maybe you get your sell limit set.
Just
like, I don't know, man. When these people come back, it might be time. When they come down to sit for dinner, maybe I need to leave the table. I don't know.
Can I also say this here is a very bearish week for me. That's another cautious reason.
Me a lot. When we spoke about this on stream that week, and we spoke about that. How long ago did we speak about that?
Oh, whenever it was, like 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and we both said, I don't
like that's a bear. And I also said the same thing for Solana. So this is, where is it? Maybe not the daily, but the weekly. If you look at the weekly here, and then we reject. Oh, Eli, we rejected from the 0.5, brother.
Does Eli have a long on that?
No, I think he stopped at break even, and I was talking about the long in the chat with him. That's a bearish wick as well. Plus the retest. Oh, baby, I literally said this. I think last week I said what you want to see Solana do now is not bearish retest it. So not close like this last week. I want to see this open up and actually get back above here and do something like that. We have done the exact opposite. We have wicked at resistance and rejected from there. Oh, baby, that's the perfect short. I just been too busy, Craig. No, I like Wendy. I need to streamline my life, streamline my time, and start creating some TikTok and Instagram videos.
Yeah, I need to as well. I've got a TikTok. I've got one going. I need to.
Do you reckon I should start a freshie? Because I don't know. It doesn't even slap anymore, guys.
Mine is a freshie. Maybe. Why do you have one there?
I have one. But I do what Wendy said don't do is put hold on, let me find it for you.
Yeah, longer form.
I do. Yeah, no, stream clips. I do stream clips.
Oh, yeah.
I don't do any curated content. So it's just like I just do stream grabs of our content, and it doesn't. I've done this for so long, bro.
Does it get much?
No, I mean, like, not really, but it doesn't convert to anything. But I have done, like, I need to remember. I just need to do it like once. Look at this, like bloody Zeneca and I back in the day.
Yeah.
And then I have done like some videos from time to time. I don't know what this is. Oh, yeah. Oh, like my vidIQ. Oh, vidIQ works on this too. Analytics. There you go. Yeah, this is what I mean. Like kicks when I was on the Bodogo show last year. So like I've done this for a long time. It just hasn't ever really converted. These ones here, when I was traveling, I did a few, and these slapped a little bit. Here you go. Yeah, 700 views, 700.
Vlogs, like when you were saying, people want to kind of see real content right at the time live, right? Like almost messy, almost a bit messy, probably.
Oh, this is when I went, dude. This was so good. This is when I was in the bloody.
Hey guys, it's Greeny
in the Dolomites.
live from Italy, live from the Dolomites.
Dude,
The
how,
Dolomite.
how epic is that, bro?
Such an amazing year ahead
You had
of
a
us,
wild,
even with
you had
those
about,
numbers
you had a
being
wild
reaching
year, right?
astronomical numbers, and you just
Oh, hold on. I'll show you some good ones. Did I put these on Twitter? I mean, on TikTok. This is a flashback. Look at the beard. Oh, disgusting.
And the hat and the beard.
Me in Rome. That's me in Rome right there. This is me in Italy, just chilling at it. See, like that shit slapped. I need to get back into that shit. Here we go. This is the one I wanted.
The Dubai.
Wait, what? Refresh. Nah, this is. Wait, there should be volume. Oh, is there no volume? Oh, there is. Okay, it's banger, bro.
The volume's cranking.
Family doxing.
Wait until the end to see
Dude, this is. Have a guess what you think this is.
where it is.
You might have seen the flag. Oh, that's the wife docs. There I am. I should have snowboarded, bro. I just sat in the person. Yeah, dude. Do you know what country that is, Craig?
Egypt.
No, good guess. Not quite. No,
Is it
close.
Africa?
In the same. Yeah, it's on Africa. It's on Africa. In Africa.
I don't know where.
Morocco, mate. Morocco.
Morocco.
Yeah.
Never would have guessed that, man. I don't even remember where Morocco is, and I'm from Africa.
It's up the top of Africa, on the left side.
Shout out to my African brothers.
But like, see, I need to Craig. I've did this for ages. I need to run this back chat. What do you think? Get back into.
I need to as well. I need to get TikTok. I need to get. Oh man, those
Scotland
clips. Can I do it?
There's Scotland when I used to do. Yeah, there's Edinburgh Castle, mate. There's the Northern Lights in Norway. There's Craig.
Is that me there?
There's Craig. That was when I was in.
Beard.
Remember that stream? We did one stream when I was overseas, and it was horrendous. Like the quality was just so bad. Look at the.
Was it? I don't even remember it.
It was when I was in Norway, and it just did not go well.
I got my puppet. That's my first puppet there, I think.
There you go. So
that's my first puppet I bought. Wow.
There you go. I've been doing it.
Oh, there's young Greeny there.
Yeah, what's happened? I'm age, bro. That's only 2 years ago.
That's pre-travel Greeny.
Pre-travel Greeny. So yeah, guys, I don't know. I need to get back on it. Look at the beard, man. Look at the beard. This is in London.
I remember that filthy beard.
Here live from the London Eye, as you can see above me. So good to be checking out London.
The beard is so good.
But people must. And then you're like, I'm a school teacher, and people are like, oh my fucking God, get him away from me.
That's the thing. That's why I did it, right? Because at school, I always, every 4 days I would have shaved when I was a teacher. So,
I was the same. You'll notice my beards in all my streams in the early days because I was the same as you. I was so used to being told I couldn't have one in corporate world that when I got away from it, I went a bit the other way. And now I've come back to, I'm like, actually, it's not like I want to be more professional, but I just kind of rounded back to it organically. I don't know how or why, but I'm like, no.
Well, I mean, that's an opportunity in yourself, guys. If you want to work for me and you want to be my little people are dumping SMP, eh?
Yeah, it probably makes sense to take profit.
I mean,
I'm still in. I haven't even sold.
I haven't sold anything. It's
I'll just let it fucking go. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, if it breaks support, maybe I'll consider it, but it looks fine here.
Guna, fucking 15% down. I just bought it yesterday. You fucking dogs.
Yeah, I have been selling a little bit of stuff to just rotate.
Stop selling, please. I need to get back in. So I'm actually happy with this dump, bro. I will be buying the next few days.
I agree. I think it's a good opportunity.
Do you think we can see a little bit of Greeny on the daily? Are we going to see as low as 113 Greeny?
We could go 108, Craig. Give me one. Bro, the max fear. If we go back to like 100K, please do.
Oh, yeah. I will buy quite aggressively at 100, man.
I'm selling some of these other memes on Abstract, and I'm going to, if we do see, oh my God, the slippage on that, dude, is $200.
Yeah, that sucks. That's a good way to trap you, though, eh?
That's ridiculous, bro. You're like, oh, yeah, this is worth 1.5K. By the time you it's 1.3K. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of shitty.
What else? Yeah, maybe I'll look at selling that bad boy too. Okay, I'll hold those ones. Yeah, I mean, interesting times. I think we could go lower. I think people need to understand that lower means opportunity. And I'm going to focus on content, Craig. I'm going to focus on content. We need to focus on content. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about, guys. If someone wants to genuinely kind of work for me in like, I need help with like ideas around clips for Instagram, TikTok, and stuff like that. As in, like, I need someone to be like, Greeny, do this, Greeny, do that sort of stuff. Maybe help me with a few other things. Maybe, yeah, send me a DM, like a PA in a way.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's hard to find a PA that you can trust, though, Craig. That's the only query.
Yeah. I'd be along the same lines to some degree.
Maybe we both need the same PA, Craig. I don't know.
Possibly, yeah. It may not be a bad thing to cross to sort of cross collab on that.
Yeah.
Because obviously with the business it does anyway. So could look at that as well. So reach out, guys, if that's something you guys or girls, if that's something you excel at and you enjoy. Reach out. Certainly clippers I know Greeny and I are looking for. That's something that's adding a lot of value to streamers' content now. Just because they're streamers, it's hard. Well, content creators sound so wanky, but you just don't always have the time to do it. You're creating the streams, then you're trading and making calls, and like clipping is like so tricky to do during that time. So
it is. I want to ask Craig, what's one thing you took away from the chat with Wendy today?
If anything, probably just I'm on the right track. Personally, as a creator, nothing. I wouldn't say anything revolutionary, but just confirmation of my feelings of being in the space. I will say something. Focusing back on TikTok, I need to refocus. I did for a couple of days, and then as we humans do, I got out of routine. So actually, biggest takeaway: more structure.
Yeah, I need more structure in my life. Yeah, I like that. I like that per day.
I'm very bad with that because I'm a bit ADHD. If I see something shiny over there, I'll stop what I'm doing. Yeah,
it would be. You know what? I need someone to like look at my life and be like, "Oh, Greeny, do this better. Do this better." I have been.
Isn't that what our wives do?
I mean, yeah, but she goes to work, so she comes home and she's like, "I work too," and I'm like, "Fuck, I know you do."
That's what he's saying. Fuck.
But I'm like, but babe, like. I have to work a little bit more, like, and she's like, no, I don't have any bar of it. Nah, she's a wonderful lady. I'm very lucky to have her. Be
careful, Greeny. You're going down a slippery slope here. She can rewatch this back.
No, chat. Appreciate you all. YouTube work today. Let's go. That's good to see. That'll be
1,400 watching me today. Wendy, thank you very much.
Yeah, we got 2.4K across all the platforms. So GG's.
Make sure you guys give GC Crypto a follow, which is obviously our main page, which is us combined. Yeah.
Agreed. And we'll retweet all of if you clip us with GC and you tag GC Crypto, guys, we will literally retweet you.
Let's make you famous.
Yeah, we'll make you famous. We'll help you grow. We'll help you.
Well, bro, look at Jack now. After he's been clipping, he's with Base. He's with Toshi Bear. He's actually Jack's with fucking everyone. So
great
Jack,
guy. Yeah, bro's printing probably multiple 6 figs, baby.
Nah, bro. How good's that? Rather than trade or make the videos, you start clipping the videos.
Yeah. And I mean, like, there's opportunity. The more content we make, the more money we bring in, the more opportunities you could have as a clipper for the GC Crypto show. So,
I mean, I'm sure we'd love to just take someone full time and just run with that person for the next year or two, bro.
Literally. So yeah, that's a goal. So go follow our page, guys, if you are watching GC Crypto
TV. The heads. How good.
GC Crypto TV, get us there. We ticked over 500, so we're powering along really nicely. All our clips will be shared here. All the lives are here, so you can go back and literally watch any clips from the shows or potentially watch any streams that we had. The one with Kicks the other day was an absolute banger. So, go check that out.
That's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, it was a really good one. No, Craig, thanks so much for getting Wendy on. Have a lovely weekend, mate. Lots of opportunities out there if we do dip a bit further across the markets. Chat, thanks so much for tuning in. We very much appreciate you. And if you've come from Wendy, thanks for tuning in as well, guys. Good opportunities across the market to meet new people, to connect with other people who have been dominating this space for a long time, and to just get insight from a different perspective, Craig. I think that's the big point that I loved from content, from crypto, from so much, like life. It was fantastic chat.
No, I echo that as well, Greeny. Thanks to all Wendyos followers that gave us a view. Thanks to our followers who obviously follow us daily. It's been great to have you guys on board. Thank you, Greeny. Have a great weekend. Let's get a bit of rest over the weekend, maybe. Give our voices a rest.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go buy some Bitcoin, guys. So we'll see you on the timeline. I'll be active as fuck on this dip. So you'll see me there. And if you're not, or if you want a bit of support and you don't know where to turn, Greeny, if you want to chuck that link up, I just don't have it in front of me. GTG, great supportive group where you can come with like-minded people. One of the main things I found when I joined crypto is I found I didn't have anyone to fucking talk to about it or run ideas past people. So joining a group, bit of a shill here, but I find it a great way to navigate a space if you don't have any fucking friends in the space when you're new, especially. And even if you're not new, still valuable. So give it a look, guys. And that's enough of a shill. Have a great weekend, and let's fucking go.
All right, guys. You'll be seeing lots more content on Instagram and TikTok, maybe Facebook. I don't know about Facebook. I'll wait and see. But she's right. That's where the retailers are. So maybe advertising needs to go there from Instagram. All right, chat. Thanks so much. Have a lovely weekend. Craig, have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you on
too.
Sunday. Cheers,
See you
man.
guys. Bye.